From the second most dangerous sea, there's only one place left to go. It's called Hell's Aquarium, a relatively short hop forward again from the Jurassic to 75 million years ago. It won't be long before a giant meteor plunges to Earth, marking the end of the dinosaurs. But first, the mother of all close encounters in the most deadly sea of all time.
A familiar sight on the coast of the Cretaceous, these birds are called Hesperornis. They are so vociferous, it's deafening being right in the middle of a colony. They're flightless like penguins, but they're far from as cute. Look at those dagger-like bills, and inside there they've actually got teeth. But just to hold their own, Hesperornis, they have to be tough. They're around at a time when there are truly awe-inspiring predators. On the land, there's T-Rex, and in the water, well, every time Hesperornis go on a fishing trip, they have to enter the deadliest sea of all time. So why is this sea more deadly than the others? It's because there's not just one predator here, there's a whole suite of them. There's frightening sharks, terrifying sea reptiles. Even the fish in here, you couldn't imagine them in your worst nightmares. I call this Hell's Aquarium. It's so jam-packed with killers. To the right a bit, to the right a bit. Oh my goodness. Keep going right. There's a real blood patch. Pass the periscope, please. With this, I should be able to have a peek into this blood bath. Hard to see what's going on there. It's such a flurry of activity down there. There's a shark gone right in the middle of the feeding frenzy. Don't know what species, there's many sharks in Cretaceous times. What is that? That is one grotesque fish, and that's more like a bulldog than a fish.
In the annals of ugly, Xiphactinus was a superstar.
There's a big one coming right at the periscope. It's got a Hesperornis in its mouth. Hesperornis, they're over 6 feet long, and it's swallowing it down in one go. But there was something else in there that looked familiar, the ominous shape of a mosasaur. These I'd read about. They're the ruling class of marine reptiles in the Cretaceous. Their serpentine shape is no accident, as they're closely related to snakes, but they're far more ferocious and way, way bigger. This species near the coast is just a tiddler, a mere 10 feet long, but offshore lurk 60-foot giants. And that's where we were heading. We were going into deeper water to find giant mosasaurs. We were actually sailing over what will become Kansas. In the Cretaceous, the central United States is covered by a vast inland sea, so the map looks very different, with much of Kansas underwater. This sea is so dangerous that I'd no intention of diving in it, but we had a lot of equipment to help us see the animals. There was the acoustic tracking device to help us find them, and then we'd rig cameras on the bottom of the boat, one looking forward, one looking back. If the mosasaur came near the boat, we could get a view on video. But perhaps most usefully of all, we had with us a remote-operated vehicle with an onboard camera. It would be foolhardy for me to swim with mosasaurs, but this would put us right alongside them.
Everyone's worst nightmare, a flying reptile. It's called a pteranodon. And now there is no place that is truly safe, not even the boat. Then again, neither are they. They catch fish in these waters, but in the age of sea monsters, fish also catch them. The next morning, the crew was in for a nasty surprise.
We'd hit something with a tremendous clunk. It was the body of a turtle, but like no turtle alive in the 21st century. It was huge. It looked like an archelon, an ancient species over 2 tons in weight. This one had been bitten in two. Now we must have been in giant mosasaur country, because nothing else could have done damage like this.
Even after seeing what it did to the archelon, they're still determined to meet up with the top predator in the most dangerous sea of all time.
Nigel, this is interesting. Check this out. There's creatures, and they are going right under the boat. This could be it. It's not a giant mosasaur. These are some of the most exciting of sea reptiles. I've always wanted to see these. Elasmosaurus, that was the front camera. And this is the camera facing backwards. Look what they're doing. They're riding our bow wave. They're saving energy just like dolphins do. Maybe these are migrating or something. You stop the boat. They're not scared of it at all, are they? It's right to the ROV. They're diving. Can you go deeper? They're coming really close. Look, this one's investigating. Look away! Those small heads on those long necks may be a way to deceive prey. Fish would be frightened by those big bodies, but what the Elasmosaurus can do, they can sneak those heads right in the middle of a shoal and then strike. Gosh, a living archelon, one of those giant turtles. I said that I couldn't dive in this sea, it's just too dangerous. But I've got to get in with that. It's a bit risky going in here, but the ROV should be guarding me, keeping an eye out for any predators lurking around. And I just can't resist a ride on an archelon. And he must come up again for air soon. Where is it?
Nigel Big Pete. Better get him out of the water. There's something big on the tracker.
Okay, we've just got to find him first. We're on our way out. We've got to find Nigel. There's something down there.
Quickly.
relief. Be back on here. Now tell them we're coming back. Ancient Mariner.
Ancient Mariner Nigel here.
How was your dive, Nigel?
It was a thrill to be riding the turtle, but at the end, that was scary. We're on the way back now, Captain. Okay, Nigel. Over now.
The ribs, what? Can you see him on the ROV, Greg?
The ROV had seen it all. The top predator of the Cretaceous Sea was now bearing down hard.
Hey, there you on. Go!
And if there's anything worse than swimming with a 60-foot carnivorous reptile, it's swimming with the whole family.
Move away from the boat, there's something under you.
These aren't picky eaters, happy to gobble down virtually anything that happens to swim by. 3 crew members from an upturned boat were a tempting buffet. So far, they were choosing the boat. Counting down to the 7 deadliest seas of all time, this was the worst.
Everyone okay?
Yeah.
And the worst was over.
That shook me up. There's still blood in the water there as well.
Or was it? Sea monsters have been in man's nightmares from earliest time. But it took a journey into that distant past to reveal that nightmares can come true.